Hello, beautiful ones. Welcome to this experience. Do you like my new jingle? Well, I had fun making it. I was I was trying to get it like a little, dance music to it. Thank you, Nathalie. Thank you. Yeah, and it's really to introduce the the Awakening Lightworker by Nathalie Ristord experience instead of the show, and just to move with different energies that are so activating for me and I know for you guys. And I just wanted an intro that would very quickly represent everything we can get from one week to another here. So how are you doing today? Let me know who's here and let me know how you're doing. How are the energies for you? Actually, it could be a weekly question as things are shifting so quickly. This morning we had a group activation with my students in the membership. So the monthly membership, we meet twice a month, plus everything that is available already, but we just channeled a few things, and those things will of course inspire us today's topic. It's all about emotions today, but emotions as a way to help you in your intuitive awakening, in your spiritual growth. So not the psychological perception, of how to work with your emotions, how to deal with them. Yes, Natalie says, energies are strong and good for me, and it's wonderful. It's really wonderful, but they are indeed highly activating. So today it's really how to transmute energies, or I should say transmute emotions, so they support your awakening. So before we start, I just invite you to enter the zone, enter the vortex. You're already in the vortex, but let's solidify our presence in the vortex. So close your eyes right now and feel very grounded. Feel grounded, so you feel that every step you take, even if you're on your chair and stomping a little bit, feel that you will always feel Gaia under your feet. You always feel her presence. You always feel that whether you're jumping in the air, swimming in the ocean, or simply doing whatever you're doing every day, you are always deeply grounded. So feel this energy around you, and at the same time feel birds, fairies, any kind of beautiful elemental beings who are flying all around. And because they're flying all around, you, they create a vortex. Actually, they create some kind of vortex around you, and let that vortex of energy. And if you really pay attention to the vortex of energy, you really see tiny little creatures flying all around. Creatures from the third dimensional reality and some from higher realms. So you start to feel that your body is also following the pace of the actual rotation. Could be clockwise, counterclockwise. Doesn't really matter. It's whatever you see and whatever your body wants to do. And as you allow your body to do this, you simply allow a cosmic and earth balance. It's as if you are connecting to galactic energies and earth energy, and that takes you into a deep trance. So whatever is shared today is received from an energetic point of view and not simply a mental point of view. actually let's get rid of the mental desire to understand things. And as you feel or see or both, sense your body following the movement of the vortex of the energies floating around you and all those beautiful little creatures creating that movement around you. Feel that you're rising. Your energy is rising. So you can open up every code within you and let information activate a dormant knowledge within you that is ready to blossom, that is ready to help you move forward. Beautiful. So you can open your eyes if your eyes were closed, and that's all good. So today we're talking about really transcending emotions. And before I go a little bit deeper into this, and I won't go as deep as we went today in my group. I think we stayed together an hour and a half and we channeled a beautiful being called Imogen. And we were surrounded with other beings, and that was really profound. Profound again. There was a lot of forecasts, what's coming up to 2025, and how we're evolving. And again, I'm working specifically with light workers who are rising, light workers who are awakening, but with the desire to not leave this discovery about themselves where it is. They're looking for, improvement. They're looking to see where all this is going to take them. So of course, all message I receive is really to help us and everyone connect. So before I just go deeper into the topic, I clearly channeled that I had to do a graph, and the graph was done exactly 30 minutes ago because the vision was there, and it's nothing new per se, but it's the way it connects with emotions and the way it puts emphasis, at least for now, on emotions, things or feelings or sensations or information that sometimes light workers are disregarding, or at least putting on the side because it's not as exciting to work on emotions. And most of the time there's so much blocks, ancestral, karmic, family, society stuff that we'd rather rise with the galactics and the light beings. So, and I receive constantly the message that, Nathalie, if you don't talk about that, and if you do focus only on the channelings, on the light language, on all those beautiful energies, which is part of the awakening. But when people disconnect, they're stuck with their own reality. Their reality is definitely holding so much blocks, and most of them are not yours. Family, repeated ancestral blocks. So when I talk about blocks, is mainly feelings of fear. Again, I may repeat them, but I think it's important to mention them. Fear of being out there, fear of accepting who you are, fear of moving further into your awakening process, fear of sharing it with people that you like, fear of maybe offering your services and maybe charge for those services. So these are what I call fears, but emotions can be, of course, positive and less positive. So we focus on the positive ones because we feel that physically they elevate us, and we disregard the other ones. So that's a human thing, to avoid facing the depth of who we are. But as we are working together, light workers and healers and beautiful intuitives, it is even more important for you, because as you elevate your energies and you start to channel more and more powerful stuff, content, visions, healing processes, and maybe messages for the community, for the world. When you hold so much powers, again, accessible to all, but when you hold so much power, there's a shock between your reality and the 3D reality. It's as if you're here but not here at the same time. So if you have people you love, if you have still a job that is really third dimensional, no judgment, we all need them, but you will be confronted, you will be facing those interferences. You will feel that your reality, that might be full of beautiful connections with the other world, is interfering with what others are living, until you reach a point where that does not matter anymore, because you do not attract that. But for most of us, when we go grocery shopping, when we have some kind of conversations with our families, with our friends, it's like, are we on a different planet? But it becomes more and more visible, more and more precise. And if you're not ready for this, and if you're not doing emotional work on yourself, well, those times when you're alone and you're reviewing your day, reviewing your week, or reviewing a conversation you had with a family member, you're like, either you're depleted, or you're like, you feel isolated. You feel like you don't understand too much your reality. You don't understand too much what's happening. So it might trigger fears, the fear of suddenly being alone in this vast world that is changing, or realizing that you don't have lightworker friends, or there's so many things. And I'm talking to you because it's something I experience as well. After a while, I do admit that I accept that life will separate me from people I love and liked. And even though I put it in the past, liked, I still love them. And things happen and they disappear from my reality. I disappear from their reality. So if you're not strong and emotionally stable, you will feel so many blockages coming back. They're all coming from family and ancestral stuff. Most of the time, if not all of the time. That's what we're talking about this morning as well. You are not born with all those fears. It's through observation of how life works in the movies, and it's part of the learning process. It's really hard. It's really, I'm reading your comments, and I will, but it's part of the process. But there's a way to navigate through this, because it won't get any easier. Again, depending on your journey and depending on where you're at right now and what kind of energetic clearing you have done in the past, maybe you won't fall on people who are triggering you, who are challenging you. That means that, oh, you have done most of the basic work. But most of us are still somehow interacting with people who have no clue about this, and they're focusing so much on the news, the wars, the restrictions, the new laws. It's okay to be aware, but at the same time, if it triggers you, if it puts you off balance, something emotionally hasn't been resolved. So it's great to have an energetic healing or meditating more, but I'm telling you, it is an emotional block that needs to be resolved. So I want to share something with you that will summarize a lot the process of the awakening, the awakening process for the light worker, but for everyone. But this diagram, is really for light workers, because it might be overwhelming for most people. So let me share this. I'm just getting my technology ready. There. I guess you see this. There's something in the background, but I'll just put this full screen. The higher self connection is everything. It's everything you need to know. Connecting to your star team, connecting to your intuition, connecting to the Galactic Federation, connecting to everything that is above you, energetically speaking. So everything that is way beyond you, Earth Self. So when we say really focus on your higher self, it's making sure the connection is clear, making sure that there's a communication, that you do not block it by fear, by delay, by whatever could be your reason, and that you trust. Everything you receive, you trust. That is so important. The body is the first sensor. That is, oh, are you still hearing me? Oh, yeah, it's true. I'm sorry. I've been speaking and you didn't have it. So let's do it. Let's do it this way. What I was saying, I'll start it again because I realized, yeah, the audio was cut for a while. Sorry about that. So the higher self, everything starts from there, even though the other elements can be triggered. The higher self, what is important is that the connection with your higher self is clear, that you know you're connected, and that when you're connected to your higher self, you also know that you're connected to your star team and all the galactic beings, Galactic Federation, and also light beings. Everything goes through your higher self. Making sure that you get the communication, how they speak to you. Just this is months and years of work. And again, work is a term that means that you are spending a lot of energy on it, but it goes, it's on and off. You know, it's a journey. It's a whole journey, and you need to trust. If you do not trust, then you just slow down everything else. So that is the first thing. The second thing is the emotions. And as you can see, I'm really putting a lot of emphasis on this, because without the understanding of the two different layers of emotions, you might be confused. So, as I said so many times, the first sensor that allows you to receive information from the divine, from your higher self and all the other beings, is actually your body. And your body receives all the information way before. Way before. And I hope you guys hear me now. Can somebody confirm that you guys hear me? Just a little yes would be wonderful. So that is, it is imperative that you understand when your body is telling you something about yourself, when your sensations are letting you know that's fun, that's not fun. Wonderful, thank you for confirming this. So it is important, beautiful ones, that you connect to your body, that you connect to your sensations, the touch, the visions. And whenever they're sending you messages, they're helping you understand your emotions through the body, through the sensations and the intuition, you understand your own emotions. Very important. Then you have the 5D emotions, and they will also be triggered first by the body. The body is the first channeling component of your reality. And the 5D emotions are simply intuitive powers. You know, you are receiving this divine energy through your body, through everything that is really building your reality in this time right now. And there's a little delay, but your body will receive the information, and then you will transfer this into data. So it is very important for you to understand that. Then conscious healing. Again, we're talking about the awakening, really how to transcend your awakening so it becomes easy and you also feel connected to your third dimensional reality. Conscious healing. Well, to make sure that you take care of your earth self. That's what I meant by earth. Take care of your earth self. Eat, walk, have fun, enjoy, and take care of your whole body, your whole self. So, and of course, everything that is healing, energetic, ancestral, karmic, it is important. Again, it's not one after the other. You might have a week where everything is highly triggered. Third dimensional emotions and a lot of channelings coming through 5D emotions, and you're healing yourself so massively. That can be one day. And of course, nothing of this can happen if you're not aware that your higher self is playing in the background, is sharing this in the background. And then ultimately, that does not have to happen right away, but you will feel the calling if it's not done yet. It's to feel what your soul purpose is, what your intuitive signature is, and that is completing the whole process of the intuitive awakening process, which is, you know, to be of service, to share. Again, you may share with one person, with 10 people, it doesn't matter. It's part of the Lightworker's journey to share. So just focus on yourself right now, and I will remove this. Focus and see how strong, and you can close your eyes for that if you want to, but how is your communication with your higher self? Is it clear? Do you trust everything? And do you communicate regularly? And let the answer come through. Now, your third dimensional emotions, your body letting you know that something is great or not as great, something is happy or not as happy, pleasant or not pleasant, all this range of emotions. Do you understand them when they come to you? Do you listen to them? Do you understand where they're coming from? From you, from your past, or from society? Do you understand them? Do you answer them when they come repeatedly to you, when they're trying to tell you, yeah, okay, you need to look at this? Do you always listen, or you say, okay, later, later, later? Very important. Your fifth dimensional emotions, everything about your intuitive powers, do you feel them coming through? Do you play with them when they're coming to you? Do you get excited, or you're like scared because a new upgrade came through? How much time do you give to your intuitive powers, those fifth dimensional emotions? They're using different senses, but they trigger your emotions. When you channel, you trigger your emotions. And when we talk about healing, how much time do you dedicate, or how much energy or focus do you dedicate on your personal healing? Whatever it involves, whatever modality you choose, how much? Again, it's not a 1 month process. And I'll put it again. This is a lifetime work. There's a way, of course, and that's what I do with people, there's a way to condense that over a few months so you get clear. So the idea is not to make sure that you have 100% connection with each of these 5 main areas of the intuitive awakening. That's not the goal. It's not like a course, you've succeeded. Module 1, you go to module 2, there's no need to go back to module 1. Here, these are fluctuating, moving areas of the awakening process. So it is a continuous process. And when people are working with me, we work through all of them. And if there's a block in each one or many, we'll look at them. Does it mean that you will have, again, 100% connection on each one after working with me? I would say you will be strong. The thing I can assure you after working with me is that you will be sure about your higher self connection. You won't doubt anymore. It will come. It will come easily. You will trust it, and you will really refine this connection. Your soul purpose, also mission, and your intuitive signature will be a lot clearer. But does it mean it stops there? No. That is a lifetime journey. Even after working with me on whatever you do, if you think that's it, I took a course, or I did a retreat, or I worked on myself, this is over, it ends there. No, friends, no, beautiful ones. My higher self continues to send me things I've never saw, I've never heard. It's using my voice today. It used my voice in a way that it was actually interesting. We were channeling Imogen, which was a wonderful light being, and it used my voice so deep that I was like the observer, watching what was and hearing what was happening. And they were even communicating with me saying, oh, the sound sounds like that through your body, how interesting. So every time I'm doing something that is in alignment with all of these areas, I get upgrades. So it's never ending. What is important is that you get help whenever you need help. What is important is that you never think that the journey is over. It goes on, and that's what is fun. There were times where I thought that that's it. I'm channeling so clearly. I'm helping people so powerfully. What else could be? Until I'm starting to fly maybe in the sky like Superwoman. I don't know what else could come. And still, every time I channel, something happens. And I just receive and take every invitation from my higher self to try new stuff. So your intuitive signature, which is the way you're going and meant to share your gift with the world, will change. Even if you work with me over 3 months and we have established that this is your intuitive signature, this is your soul purpose. The general soul purpose doesn't change, but it might have a few upgrades along the way. So again, I will just add it one last time here. Even if you're clear about your soul purpose and your intuitive signature, which is the part of the intuitive awakening that probably comes last, which is I am in service, I know what I'm here to do and how I'm supposed to do it. That is usually the last part that we master. But that will still evolve. That will still change. So people who are working with me now, they might come back to me in 5 months and say, wow, I'm just working completely differently. It's part of the journey. So trusting your emotions is important. As you see, it takes 2 big areas of the intuitive awakening. And you should not disregard that. I know if you do, you would not do that on purpose, but it's the less pleasant thing because emotions have been disregarded by humans. how many centuries and civilizations and cultures have said, yeah, demonstrating emotions is weakness, it's a woman's thing, it's you're not strong. So you understand we have through us to transmute a lot of programming. And I know you guys do good, but we're not over yet with dismantling all the programs around emotions. There's good and less good emotions, but in the end, they're just here to tell you how you feel. So really, in order to finalize, or I shouldn't say finalize, I should say complete the intuitive awakening process, it's not just about channeling. It's not just about fun retreats. It's not just about developing an intuitive process. It is really about recognizing your human life and what is the strongest, or the strongest sensors in human life. It's the emotions and the body, and they're together. They're working as a team. A body without emotions is lifeless. Even though your body, your heart beats and you're digesting, a body without emotions is lifeless. And emotions without a body, well, I'm not even sure if it's a human experience, might be an experience somewhere else, but if you want to grab somebody, if you want to hug something, if you want to touch something, if you want to feel, the human experience is sensory. If you want to grow as a human being, if you want to evolve, you need to have some kind of monitoring system that tells you you're going to again return into that pattern of relationship or of whatever. This is an example. The only thing that will tell you that you keep on repeating something that doesn't work is your emotions. They might not tell you right away clearly, you're still doing it again, it's time to change. Might not be clear like that at first, but eventually, if you trust them and listen to them, it will be like, oh, I feel sad. Yes, what is it? Oh yeah, okay. I have again talked to that person, and that person has visions of things and she's criticizing me again. This is an example. You may have different triggers. So one last time, like an encore. This is the intuitive awakening chart from Nathalie's perspective. And of course, there's many different additions to this. Higher self connection, strong, trust it. From there, everything else will follow. From there, everything else will follow. You will automatically trust your 3D emotions. You will listen to them instead of hiding them. That will automatically allow you to channel, to heal, to connect to your intuitive powers, 5D emotions, a lot faster. That will lead you to have a clear understanding of what needs to be healed within you. And once you reach a level of healing, ongoing healing, because it never stops, then you understand a little bit more your soul purpose. And even if you have channeled it and you know what you're here to do, it doesn't mean that it will be that easy in the everyday reality, in the mundane life. You can know that you're a light worker mentor, or you're meant to work with children. Does it make it easy to build something? No. And the only thing in the way between you, your full understanding of your soul purpose and the full alignment with it, and developing your intuitive powers the way you're supposed to, it's the way you react to life through emotions. So I hope that was clear. I mean, I'm trying every week to bring different informations from different sources and using different tools. Today I used a graph. I don't always do that, but I thought that was the best way. Beautiful ones. I'm just letting more information come through. So when you work with me, we go through all this. We just go through all this. So I know I repeat myself, but I'm telling you it's coming. I swear it's coming. The group program where we can all go through this together is coming. Until then, I do invite you, if you feel called to really get clear on each one of these and work maybe on one or two that are predominant, I do invite you to contact me. I do one-on-ones. I take 2 to 3 people per month as I build this wonderful program, which I have a feeling will be the leading program. It feels as if it's going to be what will be predominant in my in the way I share my gifts, because I know I will reach way more people like that, and because my energies, and maybe you can share about your own energies this way, but my energy has been so more powerful. And again, I say mine, it's what comes through me. The only thing I do is to be completely receptive and trust, but I know that the next step is really to meet 10, 20 and more people at once, and it will be seasonal, and there will be a few months dedicated to that group program. So we take you very quickly so you can go through all those different areas so you're clear enough. And yes, it doesn't mean everything will be over once we're done working together. It just means that you will be clear enough that you won't be stagnant, you won't be hesitating, you will be moving forward. And this map probably, or this graph, I'll probably share it in the group if ever you want to, I don't know, put it on your phone, and whenever you feel off balance, if ever you feel you do not where you stand in your awakening, intuitive awakening process, just bring the chart to you and say, and just see, okay, am I clear about my soul purpose? Is it what is bugging me right now? Or it's more the fact that I don't master my intuitive powers? Or is it because I have more karmic stuff? That chart is your map, your blueprint to the intuitive power awakening, or the intuitive awakening. And today we just brought back to your attention that emotions needed to be celebrated. That's why they have a bigger place in the chart. Is it something you would like to have, guys, to have the chart, so you can either print it or keep it on your computer, keep it on your phone, so you can come back to it? Let me know if that's something you would like to have, even if you're watching this as a replay. But I think it's a nice reminder. You could have it on your wall and say, oh, today my, let's say, lower energy is more in the third dimensional emotions, what I can do. Or it could be, today I've been receiving messages and I don't seem to trust them. So at least you'll know. At least you'll know. I hope you enjoyed that conversation. Next week will be a totally different conversation. It might not have at all the same setting. It might just be an activation, but just know that even when we speak right now, you are being activated to understand we're not called multidimensional light workers and humans for no reasons. You have seen the layer of work or the layers of connection we can have with the world around us, and the world in other dimensions. It's immense. We have to be aware of this so we can teach others. Beautiful ones, I'm letting you go for today. I hope to see you very soon. If I can come back, and I'll try to do that more often, to come in the group. If you're not in the group, if you're watching this from YouTube, if you can, just join the Abundant and Leading Lightworker group on Facebook. I'm there a bit more often, and the interface of the Facebook group allows me to interact more with people. So I will try a little bit more often now to come and come live and have conversations with you. And it's something I just received as guidance. Instead of waiting for the following week or just writing it, I'll come and do it visually with you. Could be a podcast, I have no clue, but I intend on coming a little bit more often. So we keep on this energy as we're growing together. Beautiful ones, this time is the real time. I'm letting you go. If you want to know more about the the beautiful community I have. I will share all the details in the comment section. It's called the multidimensional, no, not true. Yes, the multidimensional Lightworker community. All right, beautiful ones. Bye bye for now.